Morning. Now, the last topic of sound chapter is noise pollution, and audible and inaudible sound. So, first about noise. The sound which is not good for our ear, which is unpleasant to ears, is known as noise. It is produced due to irregular vibration. The music is produced due to regular vibration, whereas noise is produced due to irregular vibration. So, a pleasant sound, that means the music has a regular wave pattern in contrast to noise that has an irregular wave pattern. You can see here in pure sound, that means in music, or the sound which is good for our ears, which is pleasant to hear, is having regular vibration. But in noise, irregular vibration, too much ups and downs are there in the waves. So the sound of a piano makes us relax, whereas the honking of vehicle takes our peace away, because the honking of vehicles, it is producing unpleasant sound which is not good for our ears, which is unpleasant to hear. Both are source of sound. So what make it soothing in case of piano, while excess honking makes us irritable? The vibration which is regular and irregular. In noise there is irregular vibration, and in music or pure sound there is regular vibration. Noise pollution. Noise that creates any sort of discomfort or disturbance to human or animal life is called noise pollution. It is recognized from form of pollution which is very hard to measure, as the discomfort caused by the noise is subjective to individuals. Some sound, if it is loud, even if it is liked by some people, but it can be unliked by others. So the discomfort caused by the noise is subjective to individual. Sometimes the young generation like loud music, but the old generation, they don't like it. So this is noise pollution for them only. But some, those who enjoy it, they like it, and it is not a kind of pollution for them only. So some have a good tolerance against noise pollution, and some have weak tolerance. Usually sound above 90 decibel causes noise pollution. Any sound above 120 decibel becomes painful for the ear, and above 150 decibel can cause serious stress and damage to the ears. If we are prolonged to this type of sound for few hours, then it can cause serious stress and damage to the ears. Sound produced by drill machines, aircrafts, rocket engines, and honking of vehicles are some example of noise. The people with total hearing impairment communicate through sign language. You must have seen the news reader in the news channels. They use sign language for hearing impairment people, and this is make them understand. So harmful effects of noise pollution. Some of the harmful effects of noise pollution are: it can lead to certain health issues such as severe headache, nerve irritation, heart problems, and high blood pressure if the person is in direct contact of the noise. Second, loud music during the day disturbs children in their studies, and at night it disturbs sleep. Third, it can also cause lack of concentration during work or studies. And a person exposed to noise pollution for a long time may get temporary or permanent hearing problems and can also become deaf. So, what are the ways to control noise pollution? Some of the ways are: first, never play television and other audio devices on volume that may be too loud. It should be in moderate so that it cannot cause any harm to others also. Never honk unless required. The horn of the vehicles, some people use it in a such way that if even if it is not required, then only they can use the horns. But we should never honk unless it is required. Replace harsh horns with soft horns and put silencer on the vehicles to reduce the noise produced by them. Huge factories and industries should be established away from cities and other populated regions, because these factories and industries, it creates loud sound, so it should be away from the cities. Minimize the use of honks in and around silence zones, that is hospitals and schools. You can see that the sign of silence is made there near hospitals and schools, so we have to minimize the use of honks. So this is all about the noise and noise pollution. So the best way to control noise pollution is to remove the source from which the noise pollution is created. Then audible and inaudible sound. Everything in our near vicinity is vibrating at a certain level. Some are vibrating with high frequency, whereas some are vibrating with even higher frequency. All these vibrations cause sound. However, our human ear cannot hear all types of sound. The sound which we can hear, that means the sound which human being can hear, is known as audible sound, and which they cannot hear is known as inaudible sound. So audible sound for human being is between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. We can hear only the sound between the range of 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. However, some animals can hear sound from in this range. Human ears are capable of hearing any sound between 20 to 20,000 hertz, and so it is known as audible range. The low frequency sound that humans are unable to hear is below 20 hertz and above 20,000 hertz. We cannot hear the sound below 20 hertz and above 20,000 hertz. So the sound below 20 hertz is known as infrasonic sound. The inability to hear infrasonic sound help us avoid the sound created by our own body for various life functions because it is below 20 hertz. Some natural phenomena also, such as earthquake, volcanoes and meteor lightning, also produce infrasonic sound. That's why we are unable to identify this natural event such as earthquake or volcanoes, because it can produce infrasonic sound which is cannot be heard by human being. The high frequency sound that humans are not capable of hearing is above 20,000 hertz, which is called ultrasonic sound. And some animals are there which produce this ultrasonic sound and they can hear also this sound. Dogs and bats can hear sound at ultrasonic range. So we use the application of ultrasonic sound in various ways. A medical investigation of internal body parts or a developing fetus is also done with the help of ultrasonic sound. That means sometimes when we go for treatment, the internal body parts, it can be seen through ultrasounds, and this is the use of this ultrasonic sound. Then developing fetus is the baby inside the mother womb. The development of this fetus can be seen with the help of ultrasonic sound. After certain months, it is used, the ultrasound is used to see the development of baby inside the mother's womb. So see here, different uses or different, the sound produced by different body, different objects. The scale is given here, the decibel scale, 50 decibel to 80 decibel. It is car, truck, then conversation between two people. All these is between 50 to 80 decibel. And this sound is not harming us. We can hear it properly and it is not harmful for us. But above 80 decibel is not good for us and it can create many type of problems. And the example of the object, the body which can produce above 80 decibel sound is helicopter, running of a helicopter, then police siren, aircrafts, crackers. All these produce high decibel of sound and this is not good for our ears. And the below sound, it is, if it is below 50 decibel, then the examples are whispering, then shading of leaves, etc. So this is the decibel scale, the range of different objects which produce different type of sounds. And between 50 to 80 decibel, it is good for our ear. It cannot cause any harm to us. So this is all about sound, music, noise and noise pollution. So go through the chapter carefully and try to understand each and every topic.